Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Friday morning, the 1st of March. It's nearly spring and you wouldn't think it. Anyhow, I've had numerous requests for me to cover this case and therefore here I am. I cover the cases that my viewers want me to cover. However, there are so many people covering this case now. My views on it are just going to be a drop in the ocean. But I guess all awareness raising is good, right? This is the disappearance of 13-year-old Madeline Soto from Orlando, Florida. So let's talk about Madeline and the disturbing arrest of her mother's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns. Let's go. Madeline's only just turned 13. She was 13 last week. And when she disappeared and cops looked at her phone, because her phone had been left at home, they found text messages that said she was going to go and live in the woods after her birthday. There's lots of woods around where she lives, so as she just wandered off to go and live in the woods. I very much doubt it, and here's why. Madeline has now been missing since Monday, and unless she's some kind of survivalist, I'm not sure a 13-year-old girl would stick it out for that long. I was 13 once. I loved being in the woods. It was my favourite place to be. And if I was upset, if I was angry, I'd run to the woods, commune with nature, calm down. But I always went home when I'd sufficiently calmed down. And I'd usually try and sneak in without my mother seeing because I was a little bit embarrassed. So unless Madeline was way more prepared than I am and she'd been prepping, food and water and things to keep her warm, it's possible. Look, it's possible. But I don't think it's very probable. Madeline's mother had a boyfriend called Stephan Sterns. And Stefan Sterns, right from the jump, has behaved very suspiciously. And Stefan Sterns is the last person to see Madeline. So on Monday morning, Stefan Sterns took Madeline to school, allegedly. But he dropped her off at a church nearby, just a couple of blocks away. I mean, literally a few minutes walk from her school. This is Monday, February 26th. And here is where she was dropped off. It's the Peace United Methodist Church. He alleges that he dropped her off here because she didn't want him to take her all the way to school because she was embarrassed about the vehicle. I don't know. And there is grainy CCTV from this area. And cops do believe that could be Madeline on that CCTV. However, it's grainy and I don't think they're 100% sure. But all Madeline would have to do to go to school is walk along here, under this bridge, and right there is her school. It's a few minutes walk away. That's all. Now look, lots of woods. They've been searching these woods and surrounding areas. I'm guessing they're focusing around here. They've had bloodhounds out, they've had helicopters, drones, there's a lot of water in the area. I mean, a lot of water in the area. This is Florida, all right? Florida is full of water. There's water all over the place. That worries me. There's lots of places to hide someone. It worries me because she's potentially been missing for many hours before cops were on the scene. Her mother, Jen, who Madeline lives with, only noticed that Madeline was missing when she went to pick her up from school at approximately 4:30 on Monday. And she was told that Madeline had not been at school all day. Now, this case reminds me a lot of the Audrey Cunningham case, the 11-year-old that we've talked about recently. Horrible, horrible case. Schools don't seem to be very quick on the uptake when a kid doesn't turn up. I don't know what it's like there. I've heard conflicting stories. I've heard people say the school would definitely have let the mother know. Other people say no, they don't. Certainly here, schools start here about 5 to 9, and by 9:30, If your kid's not in school and you've not let the school know your kid's ill or whatever, you get a text message. I guess that text messaging is only as good as the phone number that they've got on record. So, I don't know, but Jen claims she did not get a message or anything, and she was understandably freaked out. The sheriff's office said that they arrived on scene about 8 p.m. So, at what point was Madeline actually reported missing? Like, did Jen try to find her first? Did she ring round all her friends and do all the things that you might do if your 13-year-old's gone walkabout? I don't know. But once cops were on scene, then this search began. But it's many hours. And we know that the first 2 or 3 hours in any missing child case is the vital few hours. What is incredibly worrying is that just hours after cops held a press conference on Wednesday, just giving an update on the search, Stephan Sterns was arrested, and he's now been called the prime suspect. Not just because he was the last person to see her before she went missing, or that he was behaving weirdly when Jen was on the news. Stefan Sterns was in the background, and the reporter said that she thought it was really weird that he just kind of pulled up like a stool behind Jen, cracking his knuckles like in a really nervous way. And the reporter said she could hear him cracking his knuckles in the background. It's very odd. Even more disturbing than that is that there were images on his phone. Images that allegedly depict the abuse of children that occurred at the family's home. So he was arrested and booked into the Orange County Jail on charges of battery and possession of child abuse material. Now, what is battery in Florida? This is Florida law. And I'm not going to read this out word for word, but battery means penetration by or union with an organ of another, or the penetration of another by an object. A person 18 years of age or older who commits battery upon a person without the person's consent under any of the circumstances listed in paragraph E commits a felony in the first degree. Battery is a very concerning charge if it's true that these were offences that took place in the home. Cops have not elaborated further, and it's unclear if this has anything at all to do with the disappearance of Madeline. At the moment, these are unrelated charges. But what have cops seen on that phone that he attempted to delete? He's attempted to delete them. So has he done something to Madeline? Or has Madeline run away because of abuse? Is that why she wanted to go and live in the woods? Has she run away and something horrible has befallen her? The best case scenario is that she's run away and she's hiding out somewhere. Maybe someone's given her shelter. She doesn't want to go home. Or has he done something to her? Has someone else done something to her? Like the Audrey Cunningham case, where there's one major suspect, you hope for the best, but you fear the worst. So I'm going to keep on this case. There hasn't been anything new that's come out over the last few hours. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.